Yeah. Oh, wow, that's bright. Good morning. Oh, man, I slept so good in my own bed last night. Uninterrupted all night. When I was sleeping back at that bed in my parents' house, I would toss and turn all night long, wake up multiple times throughout the night. Wow, what a great joy to be back in my own comfort zone. I am parked up here next to the Love's truck stop off of Highway 99, just north of Madera. And since I got the truck stop right here, I'm going to run in there, use the facilities, and probably pick up a very large coffee. Defense Distribution Depot. I don't know really what this place does. It's a defense depot. I'm not sure what that means. Defense Logistics Agency. I guess they just store a bunch of stuff here in case something happens. Got me. Whatever it is, looks like it's greatly expanding. Just kind of cruising around Tracy. I'm meeting a friend for lunch today. I got in a little bit early, popped into Walmart and Target, did a little shopping. Nothing exciting to report, unfortunately, on that front. Just driving around, kind of checking it out again, kind of exploring the town a little bit around the outskirts here, going down Larch Road, always kind of a weird area just outside of town. It was a little bit wet this morning. We got some rain overnight, and on the drive up here, I cut across from the 99 to the 5 freeway because I hate the 99 freeway. It's the worst. And after I spent the night at the truck stop last night, I was just about a couple miles south of the turnoff to cut west over to the 5, so I took that up, and off and on rain the whole way up. But looks like the rain's done. I checked the forecast. Rain's supposed to be over, but you never know with those things, do ya? Where am I? Tracy Boulevard. Perfect. There's an In-N-Out just beyond the McDonald's over here, and I remember when the In-N-Out first came into town, and people were going crazy for it. People love their In-N-Out. I do too. I know I like it, but I'm not like a fanatic for it like some people who will wait in line for, you know, like 30 minutes at a drive-thru just to get a hamburger. That's not my deal, but I remember I had a lot of good memories, a lot of firsts for me in this town, and that was not my first In-N-Out, of course. But good memory thinking about that. Getting crazy going in there late at night. The Taco Bell right over here, that used to be like the local hangout for the cool kids in high school. They'd park their trucks in the parking lot and everyone would get together and then go off to some kind of party or who knows what. Barn things. People used to do stuff in barns. I've heard about going out to a barn. Well, who knows what happens in those barns, right? Probably a lot of fun. Probably a keg of beer and some loud music. If you're lucky, maybe even a band. I never did that kind of stuff in high school. I was not one of the cool kids with the cool crowd. I hung out with the stoners and the weirdos. First summer I was here in Tracy, I was 15 years old, and I didn't have a car, of course, too young for that, and I wanted to get over to the Old Town area, and I lived over that way and had to cross these tracks. Well, you know, the proverbial wrong side of the tracks kind of thing. Well, little did I know, this was kind of a bad neighborhood in that era, back in the mid-90s, and, well, long story short, walking across the tracks, I got stoned. Yeah, bunch of little kids, gang affiliation, started throwing rocks at us, and I would have done something or spoke up, but I saw their older siblings kind of hanging out on their porch watching everything go down, and I didn't think that was such a good idea to deal with it. Funny thing is I had just moved here from Los Angeles, where I never had anything like that happen to me. And then I moved to this small town. It was like 50,000 people at the time, maybe. And like one of the first things that happens when I get here is I get attacked by little wannabe thug members. Crazy, these memories. Oh, hey, you know what? Post office is just to the left here, and funny enough is last time I thought about it, I was right here as well, and I did not go to the post office, but I have a little gift I've been meaning to send my buddy Evan out there in Las Vegas. Evan, if you're watching this, parcel should be arriving shortly. By the time this posts, see how long, mail takes nowadays. Just a little fun trinket. Not gonna show you because I don't want to spoil the fun for Mr. Evan. See if I can get in here and out of here without too much hassle. I can't remember the last time I was at a post office. Crazy. 30-minute customer parking. Okay, that's me. Hella Pie Pizza. That's pretty funny to me because up in these parts, NorCal as they say, everybody says hella. Some places people say hecka. Well, up here they say hella. Hella cool, hella this, hella that, hella bad, bro. And you know what's hella cool? Is I just popped into the music store across the street here, Main Street Music, because I bought two of my first guitars ever. Guitars that I bought with my own money. One was an acoustic and the other was an electric. I was talking to the nice man in there who owns the store, and he probably sold me those guitars back in the mid-90s at some point. And he was actually asking me, oh, what were the guitars? And we were kind of reminiscing about that. It was a lot of fun. This is a super cool old hotel. I never came here before when I lived here because I really didn't care much about local history, stuff like this. This place, the Tracy Inn, was built in 1927, and it was built because a bunch of, entrepreneurial local businessmen, city council type people realized there was really no good accommodations or meeting places. So they built this place, collected a bunch of money together, built this place as kind of like a civic project. In 1930, I think, they added like a ballroom to it. So this would be a cool place to meet, do business, have dinner, movers and shakers of Tracy at the time. Now, I asked the guy, what's the room rate? He said, about 60, 70 a night, which already got me thinking, oh, okay. I don't know what the rooms are like in there. And he said it's mostly by the week, by the month kind of place. So this is one of those type of hotels that people actually live at, which is kind of cool. It is a little bit of a shame that its glory years have faded but like so many of these places, at least it didn't just get run down into the ground. At least it's still in operation. It's still beautiful inside, and really a cool little bit of local Tracy history. Now, Tracy has one celebrity of great notoriety, and years ago when I lived here, he just moved into town. Mr. MC Hammer just happens to be in his other Jaguar right next to us. Where are we? Dos Rios Park. What do we got here? $5 standard. Pets $1 per animal. Give me a break. Who's gonna pay $1 to walk their dog here? No bill larger than 20. Day use area closed sunset to sunrise. Fishers. The Fishers of Men. Boat ramp, self-pay here. Let's look at the campground. This looks a lot like Lost Lake Campground here. This week on Stating the Obvious, no parking on the lawn. That's a sweet looking van. Old Chevy. Don't see a lot of those out and about. A lot of people in cars over here. I think I'll just park right over here. This looks like a good spot. So I'm heading up to Sacramento. I spent most of the day in Tracy, just kind of messing around, hanging out, catching up with a friend, and kind of roll around, maybe getting in a little bit of more of those nostalgic memory moments that I like to have. And what else is going on? Well, I'm parked up at the Love's truck stop. I parked here, well, like a week ago, the same spot. The old 24-hour Arby's back here. That's a big draw for me. And you know I got myself a couple of beef and cheddar, so I am ready to go. I am very happy because I totally spaced out on it. Had a busy day kind of running around, making videos, flying the drone a little bit, and I totally forgot the band I work for. In case you didn't know, I work for a band. I'm a tour manager. Anyways, the band that I work for released a virtual concert last night, and I know they put a lot of time and effort into the planning of it, the recording of it, the editing of it, the uploading of it, not to mention whatever rehearsal they put in beforehand. And I'm very excited to get into that. I'm gonna have my beef and cheddars and watch a little virtual tour. In case you're curious, the band's name is 10 Years, 10, Y-E-A-R-S, 10 years, like a decade. They're out of Knoxville, Tennessee, and somewhere on the interwebs, they have a virtual concert that should be up for like the next week, I think. So check it out.